I miss being here.
I gotta get
loosened up. We're gonna do a little
Cosmos that Vader brought us this morning.
Why was that funny?
It's boom boom juice.
Oh my god! Yeah. So for the people who are listening right now, so Vader comes in with a little knapsack of fucking alcohol and shit.
I love it when he brings his little like lunch
pail
it's all
of alcohol. He's like, I brought something for us to drink. And he's a big bearded man.
Giant thing of cranberry
Ocean
juice.
spray cranberry juice and lime. And I'm like,
kidneys are great.
So I looked at him. I'm like, so we're making Cosmos today? And he's like, is that what that is?
That's exactly what I said.
So cute. He had them once at his Christmas party a month ago. And he's like, this is my shit now. And it's healthy, you guys. It's healthy. Cranberry? It's good for you.
It's like sugar-free cranberry juice. It's good stuff. It's diet drinking.
In the immortal words of Ron Swanson, clear alcohol is for rich women on diets. Oh man, it's good to be back, guys. Good to be back.
We're doing things a little different, right?
A little different, yeah. I'm just gonna start out by asking you some questions.
Oh,
asking us questions.
We should try making Cosmos with that Shady Mile later.
Well, we'll do something with the Shady Mile for sure. So, V, I got a question for you.
Oh yeah. What?
If I were to give you 3 seashells and you just took a massive dump, what would you do?
Oh, he doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
Okay, well here's my theory. I feel like the 3 seashells are buttons.
What?
Because you never actually see anybody pick them up and do anything with them.
Okay.
But I think like one is like a pre-wash.
Okay.
And the other one is like a soaker, super soaker.
Yeah, like a bidet situation.
Like a bidet?
You know that thing in the car wash that goes back and forth like this?
Yeah.
I think it's that one.
So it's attached to the toilet.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I think the third seashell is like an air dryer.
Okay. All right. So
I think it's just a fancy
It's
bidet.
a fancy bidet. Okay.
Yeah.
Jude, do you have any theories on the 3 seashells?
That never even occurred to me. Like that they're buttons. And I have questions about why they're shaped like seashells now.
Yeah.
But in my imagination land, you pick them up and then they magically do something to you.
Oh, you're just making magic up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Or it's really gross and you have to pick the seashells up and scrape your shit. off
I'm
your
such
asshole.
a savage that's what I thought immediately. I was like, oh, it's like a scraping mechanism. I'm like, and then I think about when you're like, oh, it's a fancy bidet. I was like, oh man, I'm a caveman.
Well, being a savage, I think is probably illegal.
Yeah, probably. Kadish, what's your theory on the 3 seashells?
So I think it's funny that as long as this movie has persisted in the pop culture consciousness, that this is the thing that people have the most theories about.
Also, did we tell people what movie we're talking about today yet?
If you can't guess. It's the classic Sylvester Stallone movie, Demolition Man. So welcome to the podcast.
This is like the most 90s action movie ever. It's
really
great.
is.
I love
So
it.
awesome.
So my theory on the seashells, basically, so it's funny, when this movie was being written, the screenwriter was trying to think of like futuristic stuff to like put into it. So he called up another screenwriter buddy of his who was taking a shit at the time when he was talking to him. And
we're past the 30 seconds mark, YouTube.
Yeah. So like he was on the toilet at the time, taking a dump. And the guy was like, hey, can you think of anything futuristic for me to put in like, you know, a bathroom? And the guy looks around and he's like, well, I got a bag of seashells on my toilet for decoration. And the guy's like, seashells, you say? And so that's how he came up with that for this movie.
Has there ever been an official explanation for this?
So Sylvester Stallone has come out publicly with his theory about it. And that's
I don't know if he can be trusted though.
Yeah, but that's kind of widely been accepted as like the canon explanation for like what the seashells are, even though like Sylvester Stallone himself says like, this is just my theory. Like I don't have any like official say on it. And he says that like the first seashell is like the first 2 seashells are for like clamping down on any like hanging stuff.
What?
And clearing it. And then
the dingleberries?
Yes.
Dingleberries.
Oh no.
And then the third seashell is for scraping any leftovers off.
Ew.
But I like Vader's theory better.
Yeah.
Like they're just buttons that like activate like, you know, cleaning mechanisms.
How is it that you're the
Activate
cleanest
butt
person?
cleansing.
I'm very hygienic
Yeah.
with my private area. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's very,
That's important.
It's very clean.
That's important.
He's talked about it on the show before.
Yeah. Speaking of, so we have the movie pulled up. Kadish, can we hit play on this? Because I've got to see this. Wesley Snipes' hair in this movie is on point. I love this movie so much. Who picked it? This is your birthday pick, huh?
Yeah, that's my birthday.
Tell me about why you picked this movie, V.
When we started talking about our theme for the year,
Yeah.
being 80s and 90s and
Nostalgia.
maybe some 70s nostalgia, this movie hits all those buttons for me. This is like one of the last great action movies in my mind, as far as Stallone and those guys go. I mean, give all the stuff in the 80s.
Yeah.
The Rambos and the Predators and
It's actually more of a documentary nowadays.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Dude,
no,
it's
and
so
that was
ridiculously
the other thing.
accurate. It's so, especially because we're talking about YouTube's new
Yeah.
policy with the swearing and stuff, which is probably going to demonetize our entire channel. Which, speaking of, if you want to support us, we're obviously not going to make any ad revenue, guys. So go to saltynerdclub.com and join the club membership area. You guys are going to get a ton of content for exclusive podcasts every single week. I'm not every week, 4 every month. And this month and continuing on for the foreseeable future, we're going to be talking about Star Trek. But yeah, because of YouTube's new policy, our drunken butts are probably not going to make any money here. So
it is funny when you look at this movie through the lens of like, this is an allegory for like YouTube and content creators. But there's another allegory, which I thought was interesting when I was watching this, where basically you have this doctor who unleashes an uncontrollable and deadly force on an unsuspecting public that's not equipped to deal with it, so that he can scare them into submission, so that he can institute government policies that will enforce like his absolute control over them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there watching it last night and I was like, that's interesting.
That sounds really familiar. Welcome to 2023, everybody. We're talking Demolition Man today.
Yeah, Demolition Man hit like a lot of
it's really
like really accurate things.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky.
Was that bungee jump real?
Well, someone had to do it.
I know I'm saying somebody, but it wasn't like a dummy. I just noticed that now.
Stallone is not Tom Cruise.
No, he's not. Tom Cruise would have done it.
Yeah.
He would have done his own.
Tom Cruise would have done it for
He
sure.
would have done it 100 times until he did it right.
Yes. Yeah. Did you guys see that video of him shooting off the edge of a cliff on a dirt bike?
Oh God.
Crazy.
He's in that.
I can't believe it's crazy. Anyway, Jude, do you have a synopsis for us?
I do.
Take it away, please.
Hello.
Oh, she did it.
Yay.
I was like, we're not doing introductions anymore this year, guys. We're going to cut the fat. And Jude's like, I'm still saying my line. All right.
You're welcome.
Take it away.
1993, Demolition Man, rated R with a runtime of 1 hour, 55 minutes. This had a budget of $57 million. Alex, what do you think this brought into the box office?
A budget of 57? I'm going to
Yes,
say
sir.
it made 82.
Okay. Vader,
What was the budget?
it was 57.
57. 104 million.
Okay. Demolition Man had a budget of $57 million and had a box office of $159 million.
You're so
And that
good
was
at-
still
you're
way
so
off.
good at this.
We need a new prize this year. No more speedboats.
No more speedboats. You have
Yeah.
enough speedboats?
How about a mini fridge?
Oh,
Perfect.
sweet. I need a mini fridge.
Vader gets a mini fridge.
Branded.
Filled with Cosmos.
filled with whiskey or something. Shout out to our guys over at Shady Mile. They provided us with some whiskey, much needed lubrication for our podcast. You can check out their website and buy some of the stuff. It's kasks.com, casks.com,
Yeah.
and buy some of their stuff.
And it's pretty good whiskey.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. As soon as I'm done with my Cosmopolitan, I'm going to pour myself a glass of this while we continue.
I think I'm just gonna. That looks like whiskey you just drink out of the bottle.
It kind of, maybe I should. I don't know. I got to
That's what
share it with you
we're
guys.
just gonna share.
We're just going to share
We're
the
gonna
bottle
swap some
together.
bugs.
We already all got COVID from each other.
Well,
so
I
I
did.
did. Oh my God, this was the worst vacation ever.
I know.
We all got sick except for
Except
V.
for him. Yeah. he
Because
went to New Orleans.
I clearly am the most healthy one at the table.
Yeah. They bring me back a coffee mug though, and I love it.
Anyway,
You ready for the
synopsis.
synopsis?
Take it away, Jude.
All right. When there's zero proof other than the word of Wesley Snipes that Stallone endangered the lives of a bunch of hostages, they get sentenced to the same punishment: cryogenic freezing and behavioral modification. Bad boy cop John Spartan becomes a naughty knitting pro, and bad boy bird of prey Simon Phoenix learns how to hack computers and deliver murder-death kills much more efficiently. But wait, that can't be right. Murder-death kill is illegal in the year 2032. In fact, everything is illegal in 2032. And what the hell are those damn seashells for? Uh-oh, I've just been fined 2 credits for swearing. Discuss.
Nice. Hell and damn are legal, according to YouTube,
Oh yeah.
for now.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Right.
in like
Good
6
to know.
months they'll retroactively say like, "Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, guys."
Never mind.
Take it back.
Never
You've
mind.
been abusing Helen Dam.
We're just here's what's going to happen. We're going to make a new language,
Mm,
and it's just going to be nothing but stupid fake swears.
okay.
We're bringing frack.
Fracking.
Frack is going to be real.
Frack is going to come
We're,
back.
we're taking it from Battlestar Galactica.
Okay, fair enough.
I think I'm just going to start using some really just nonsense words
Okay.
like
Like
kaboingo,
hunka chunka.
hunka chunka,
Bodie, the wild mambo, the hunka chunka.
chunka, kaboingle.
Can you look at the begoingles on her?
I like to.
She got some healthy gams on her.
I like to fadoozle that. Look at that.
I mean, it is kind of funny how like we basically are living in this future.
Seriously.
movie.
I was so retro. Like when I was watching this movie or meta, not retro. It was so meta. When I was watching this movie, I was like, oh my God, like we're practically there.
Yeah.
Another by 2032, which is what, less than 10 years from now, 9 years from now. If it continues on the slope that it's in,
Yeah.
we might be in this future.
Hey,
Did-
Alex.
No.
Oh, you stole my thing.
Sorry.
I don't want to do with it.
Oh, you cheated on him, dude. Anyway,
It is kind of funny how how like nobody's used to like touching each other in this
Uh-huh.
future, like all like radio programming, like all
Fluid
music.
transfer.
Oh.
the only thing they're all missing is masks.
Well, it's funny. They're like, abortion's legal, but being pregnant's also illegal. Or no, wait, abortion's illegal, but being pregnant's also illegal
If you don't have a license.
if you don't have a license. Yeah.
Which, sometimes I wonder.
I don't know. Have you looked at the world?
I mean, I
kinda
should have been
get-
arrested
I kinda
already.
This dude's popping them out every other year.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Some of these rules kind of make sense. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about this movie.
Have you,
So,
have you walked around the streets?
have you seen the world
These
lately?
people don't need to be here. There's no reason for their existence.
Have you seen a person try to use like a rotary phone?
What's the doctor's name in this movie?
Kuto.
Kuto.
No. Dr. Cocteau.
Cocktail.
Cocteau? Is that a swear? Dr. Cocteau.
YouTube's gonna gang us for that.
Like-
Who was his name?
Oh, we can't win. Oh my God. Anyway, this guy, he's probably thinking along the same lines. He's over there going like, there's too many people around here.
Yeah.
this
And
place
most
needs
of them suck.
this place needs to be cleaned up. And I really like that Taco Bell.
I know.
Mm.
Oh God, Taco Bell.
Yeah. They had all the BLM riots in the late 90s. And so a doctor rose up to take over society and make everyone happy and complicit.
It's terrifying how accurate this movie is.
Yeah, it really is.
But let's get into it real quick. I want to talk about Wesley Snipes because I know we all love Wesley Snipes here.
Oh, yeah,
He nails this movie. He loves he's so giddy.
I feel like this was his breakout movie. Like I remember before this, he was just kind of like an actor in like urban action films or urban crime films.
New Jack
like,
City.
New Jack City, stuff like that. Very 90s. He teamed up with Woody Harrelson a few times. But like this was the movie where it was like, oh, he's like a legit action star,
What was the next? When did Blade come out?
Blade came out after this.
Was it
Probably
recently
wasn't-
after
it wasn't
this?
long.
98. So it's 2 years after this.
No, this
No.
is 93.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
What's 5 years?
Yeah, it's nothing.
But I remember being in high school and having conversations with my friends about this movie. And there was this one friend of mine who was like, I was convinced Wesley Snipes couldn't act until like I saw him in this movie. And I was like, well, he's not doing much acting, but he's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
he's just enjoying himself, which is like 90% of the job.
He hated his hair in this movie.
This man,
though.
he's-
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
I did too. He's got cool hair. He's got awesome tire tread armor. With the radiator hose neck.
Well,
Yeah.
As soon as they were done
Straight outta
shooting,
sea.
he shaved his head because he hated the color of his hair.
Wait,
Aw.
I mean, it's dumb looking. I'm not gonna.
Well, it's goofy.
It's goofy.
It's definitely goofy, but it's a statement piece.
Yeah.
And his character is very much like
He's
a
a
flashy,
phoenix.
he's a
Yeah.
flashy statement piece kind of guy. But I love that scene when he first gets out of his cryo sleep and he walks over and he's going to like the little kiosk computer
Mhm.
thing, and then the cops surround him.
Mhm.
It's one of my favorite scenes in this movie because he just demolishes these cops who don't know what they're doing. Like, they're looking at their tablets, like trying to figure out what they're allowed to do. I'm like, another thing that
Add
might,
the phrase or else.
yeah,
Do you,
That'll get him.
that'll do it.
do you remember the parole scene where like he's there and the kind of parole board guy is walking around kind of listing his crimes and he's like speaking in Spanish.
Mhm.
Wesley Snipes is.
You know it
was
was rendered obsolete.
Obsolete.
So basically, when they were doing rehearsals, Wesley Snipes, was just kind of bored, and so like he just started doing his lines in Spanish, and everyone thought it was pretty funny. And so the director was like, "Yeah, do that for real." And that's why he's sitting there like repeating the guy.
That was ad lib.
I love that.
Wow, that's cool. Right on. I didn't know Wesley Snipes spoke Spanish, or was it just for these lines?
No, I guess he speaks fluent Spanish.
Yeah, I don't think he learned Spanish the night before for the gag.
Some people do that, Daniel Day-Lewis out there.
Listen, I know people who take college classes just for fun.
So
That's weird.
That is weird.
So I want to point out that originally this movie was supposed to be a vehicle for Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal.
Oh Jesus!
See, I was on board when you said Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then you added in Steven Seagal, and I was like,
well, they were originally the two that the producers wanted for this movie, and the problem is that neither one of them wanted to play the bad guy.
Right.
So they couldn't come to any kind of resolution, and so they eventually ended up, going with different casting choices. But I always thought that this movie would have been very different if it had been Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal.
Who was supposed to be the bad guy? On the script.
So originally it was going to be Jean-Claude Van Damme, but Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, no, I don't do bad guys.
Yeah.
And so like they went with Steven Seagal, and he's like, I've been playing good guys for 30 years. I
don't have it in me to play
if it ain't broke, I'm not going to fix it.
Yeah.
And then in reality, he actually is a bad guy.
And
they both are.
and when Sylvester Stallone came on board, he wanted Jackie Chan to play Simon Phoenix.
Ooh.
And because he was really good friends with Jackie Chan.
Mm-hmm.
And Jackie Chan, again, he was like, oh, I don't play bad guys. And so like the big problem was
Wesley Snipes was like, I'm your Huckleberry.
Which I think worked out in the long run. Like, I love Jackie Chan, but I don't know if I would have seen him as Simon Phoenix.
Wesley Snipes is the best part of this movie.
I think it's Dennis Leary.
Ugh.
Come on. That speech he has when he's like, I want to get freaking naked and roll around in jelly and eat freaking butter.
In every single thing he's in, because the studios are like, you're known for your rants. You have to do a rant in everything that you do.
Yeah, they rewrote the character once he was cast and let him write that rant.
It's a perfect rant. It's the exact opposite of the society that we live in right now.
See, according to Cocteau's plan, I'm the enemy because I like to think. I like to read. I'm into freedom of speech and freedom of choice.
I love it. It's like I quote that freaking rant all the time. It's perfect.
So if this was real, would you be up on top wearing a kimono, or would you be down under the streets?
No, I'd be a mole person for sure. Yeah.
Eating rat burgers.
I'd be
drinking rat
beers.
beers.
The barbecue down there looks legit. They got like little spurs,
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I like a good kimono. and I like some good fancy Taco Bell.
Yeah, but you can't live in that society. Come on. You can't fake it till you make it.
Can we talk about the Taco Bell gag for a minute?
Sure. Yeah. Take it away.
So basically the joke in the movie is that there were these franchise wars where only one restaurant
franchise war 2010.
Only one restaurant chain emerged victorious, and so now all restaurants are like this one chain, which was Taco Bell. And the gag at the time, because I don't know if you guys remember in 93 when this movie came out, Taco Bell was like bottom of the barrel. Like you had your 53-cent menu, you had your 75-cent menu, and stuff like that.
Days.
I do too.
Yeah, me too. Inflation. So
I mean, nothing's 53 cents anymore.
I know, right? But Taco Bell was widely looked at as bottom of the barrel. And so they thought it was funny that they chose Taco Bell as like the winner of the franchise wars. But what's interesting is that, outside the United States, Taco Bell isn't really a thing. And so in the European releases of this, they had to go in and replace all the Taco Bell signage and all the references to Taco Bell with Pizza Hut.
Did they reshoot the scenes, or did they just like dub the voice?
Oh, they didn't reshoot shit on this movie. No, they dubbed over and they cut around like all like the signage and stuff like that. So, but like if you look at like the European releases of this movie, it's all about Pizza Hut.
That's interesting.
That's
I've not
funny.
seen
Yeah.
Because Pizza Hut is still kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Today
Doesn't
people
really-
are like, can we go to Taco Bell?
But is it?
They make wings now. They don't even really make pizza anymore.
Well, in a fun little twist, Taco Bell has gone upscale recently.
Well.
True to form with the movie. I prefer Del Taco.
It's a documentary.
I mean,
God, you're insane.
Taco Bell just kind of repackaged tortillas in the same stuff they always have. They just make it.
But
they call it a crunch wrap now.
I should
instead of
preface,
something
Alex,
else.
because I see your side eye. I'm talking about when you're drunk and you need tacos.
Oh, no, I understand what you mean because I was with you in the car when you did that. But Del Taco is still trash.
But
it's just my stance.
What I'm talking about is that Taco Bell has been opening up like fancy versions of Taco Bell around the country.
It's true.
Oh, that's
Like
right. There's one
nightclubs
here on
and
the
stuff
script.
like
I
that.
forgot about that.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Is there one with a big Vegas light up
It's
sign and
it's,
everything?
yeah,
Yes.
it's nice
I was
countertops.
joking.
No, it's true.
Yeah, it's nice countertops and seats and stuff, but it's the exact same menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they also
Yeah,
have
it's
like
really funny.
nightclubs and like stuff like Taco Bell nightclubs and
I
stuff.
absolutely want to go to a Taco Bell nightclub
Oh, yeah.
now.
Do they just play Demolition Man on the screen?
That would be pretty
they
fun.
should,
They
right?
should if they don't. Yeah. But what was funny is that there's a lot of stuff in this movie. So like the movie was originally like 2.5 hours long,
I'd watch that.
and they cut out like a lot of subplots to kind of like get it down. And you can kind of tell towards the end because there's some continuity issues.
Mhm.
But the biggest thing is that originally Lori Petty was cast as Huxley, which is the Sandra Bullock character. And they actually started shooting with her, and she did not get along with Sylvester Stallone.
I wouldn't imagine that she would.
And so like she ended up leaving like 2 weeks into production, and they brought in Sandra Bullock, who at the time, the only thing of note that she'd done like a couple TV movies, but she had just done Love Potion #9.
I love that movie.
And that was the only movie that like she was really known for. And so this was kind of like her big breakout role.
Mhm.
She's gorgeous in this movie.
She really is.
She's
and-
fantastic.
Yeah, she
She's
nailed
so
the character.
charismatic.
Yeah, yeah, and she's so innocent and sweet. And then when she's like, "Oh, let's go do something dirty,"
Yeah.
and she puts on the VR headset.
And
like, yes,
every
please.
time she says something cringy and cheesy, it works.
Oh, absolutely,
Because
yeah.
of her
You really
innocence.
licked his ass.
Yeah. Yeah. She's so proud of herself.
Demonetized. Don't forget to go to saltynerdclub.com because we are going to lose a lot of money this year.
Yeah, I like how she keeps trying to say these like one-liners, and she keeps messing up. And she's like, "Let's go blow these guys."
Blow these
Oh my
guys
God.
up.
No, away.
Away.
That happened to a friend of mine, actually. I have a funny story. So I used to work in a salon, and one of my coworkers was about to do a blowout on this guy. And she was like, "Are you ready to get blown out?" But she said, "Are you ready to get blown?"
Oh.
And then she got all
Trying to
flustered
fix it,
and
yeah.
she tried to fix it, and she just doubled down on it accidentally. And she was like, "I meant like, are you ready to get blown?" And she's like, "Oh my God, you know what I mean. Come on."
Did he ask how much extra that was?
You should have.
$40.
I need to, real quick, guys, I need to make a correction on the website. So Shady Mile, shout out to these guys. They brought us some whiskey for us to drink on the podcast. It's a really freaking good whiskey. It's one of the better ones that we've had on the podcast so far. But I want to make a correction to the website where you can grab their stuff. It's Caskers. So KASKERS.com. Go over there, and their whiskey, it's very reasonably priced, and it's really freaking good. Kentucky American-made whiskey.
Yeah,
Go
we have
grab
two
it.
different kinds, don't we?
Yes, we do. We have 21% rye and 21% wheat. This is the rye one. I actually like. I just normally don't like rye.
Is the whiskey
Uh,
one open?
The wheat one is open. You want some?
Yeah.
There you go. Have a way at it, buddy.
Whiskey for everyone.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, you guys need to get this stuff before the future makes it illegal to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure YouTube's probably already like, "What are you guys doing over there drinking stuff?"
He can't show us drinking it.
Can he?
No.
I don't know what the rule is. Anyway,
Still
KA.
I'm speaking out of the bottle.
You savage. KASKERS.com, guys. Go grab some of this. And thank you guys so much for the support. We will continue to shout you out until this bottle is empty.
Yeah. So keep sending us whiskey.
Keep sending us whiskey.
What else do you guys make?
All
Gonna
right.
drink whiskey and play Dragon Champions.
So,
All right.
yeah, another one of those. Yeah, we'll talk about Dragon Champions in a minute. Another one of the scenes that, and I kind of mentioned it already, but one of my favorite scenes in this movie is the VR headset sex scene.
Yeah.
It's so freaking hilarious, especially nowadays with like Elon Musk talking about the freaking Cyberlink, whatever bullcrap that
Oh,
he wants
that's
to put
the
in.
stuff where Simon Phoenix just knows how to program computers and speak foreign languages and stuff.
In this movie?
the Neuralink stuff.
Yeah, the Neuralink stuff. Where
Yeah.
it's almost like a Matrix. Like before the
Yeah,
Matrix,
it's
it
like,
was
whoa.
like, whoa, I know kung fu.
I know kung fu.
Yeah, he's like, they taught him how to fight. They taught him how to do this, and now he's like, I know all I know how to do is knit. Like, what, yeah.
It was funny while we were watching this, I was actively crocheting.
Were you
And I was
really?
like, oh.
It's like I can knit you a sweater in 2 minutes if I want to. That was a terrible Sylvester Stallone. No, but like my favorite. The law. He kind of is the law in this movie.
I'm law.
But one of my favorite scenes is that one where shit, I forgot what I was talking about.
The VR scene.
The VR scene, yes,
Yeah.
it's so
The
funny.
Images from that are so fucking creepy.
Oh, super! I'm pretty sure there's some boobs in this movie in that scene. Like I know, so
Well, it's a rated R movie.
I know, but growing up, there was no boobs in this movie.
No.
Like when I walked into this movie going, I was like, oh, there's no boobs in this. And then during that VR flash, I'm like, I think I saw a set and I couldn't tell. And then later, because I was watching it in our Discord party.
I think I saw a set.
I think I saw a set. That's the thing.
That's a boob.
That's a boob.
I think it was a weird kaleidoscopy light.
There was a nip slip. I was watching it on our Discord watch parties on Monday nights. Vader host, thank you so much for doing that. saltynerd.discord.com, watch parties on Mondays. And you were watching this movie. And then later on, when he leaves the VR scene, he goes back to his apartment and he sits down and he turns on like the TV or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a call.
Yeah.
And there's a fully naked woman
I forgot
going,
about that.
oh my God, I didn't see you there. And I was like, what? Like, I've never seen that before.
Apparently, nudes are not illegal in 2032.
Apparently, I had always grown up watching the like edited TBS version of this movie.
I
And
saw it on TV.
And I'm like, that's wild. I never knew that was in this movie until now. That's crazy. So there's a half star for boobs.
Well, what's funny is like there was a lot of stuff that was supposed to be in this movie that got cut out. So there are a couple like big name actors who make appearances in this movie that are kind of in the background. So for instance, Jack Black is one of the underground mole people.
Yeah.
And he shows up later on in like the fight scene underground. But a big one was Jesse Ventura. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, he was a henchman for Simon Phoenix.
He was one of the cryocons he's actually the one who kills Cocteau. And there was like a big action scene where like him and Sylvester Stallone had like a fight and he gets killed in the movie that got completely cut out.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because there were like two major subplots that got cut out of this movie because the studio thought it was like too dark and not fun enough. And it was kind of interesting. So basically, do you guys remember the guy, Zachary Lamb, the old black guy who was the young helicopter pilot at the beginning? Yeah. And, you know, he's
the only one who knows John Spartan. Yeah. He's like, John Spartan. He's like, what are you still doing here?
And when you watch the movie, he kind of just like disappears. But like in the longer cut, Simon Phoenix actually murders him.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And
no good.
And basically, like, that's one of the reasons why Sylvester Stallone, like, you know, gets like super upset.
Yeah, that would have been a great motivation.
Yeah, he was like Stallone's like
he was his
connection.
buddy. Yeah,
he was his connection to his past.
Yeah,
and another funny subplot that got cut out was that Sylvester, like John Spartan's daughter, who he mentions a couple times throughout the movie, she's actually a member of like the resistance mole people.
Oh wow!
And you see her in a couple scenes in this movie, but basically they cut it out because test audience thought it was creepy that he was like romantically involved with a woman his daughter's age. So
okay.
I thought it was weird because like as soon as he comes out of cryo freeze, he's like, where's my wife? Where's my daughter? Where's my family?
Yeah.
And then that night he's like, you want to fuck Sandra Bullock?
It's like, well, how long has it been? How many years? Was it
30 something?
30 years?
Yeah.
She might still
But
be
to
alive.
him, it's the same day.
Yeah.
No, because he said in cryo, like he was aware of the passage of time.
Mm-hmm.
So
man.
But when he woke up, he was like, where is my wife?
Mhm.
He's still in that place of where is my
She'd
wife?
be like in her 60s, right?
That night, he's like, I mean, this dick ain't gonna suck itself.
there was an ending. There was a version of this movie that had an ending where basically like he reconnected with his older wife and went off with her instead of Sandra Bullock.
Cool.
But
A little creepy.
People were like, that's not sexy enough.
What's funny about this movie is that it went through like so many writers that there was actually like a danger of it like not getting made because there was all this arbitration over like who wrote what. And at a certain point, super producer Joel Silver stepped in and took over this movie. And he saw like all like the problems with the writing and he just paid off all the writers to go away. So like he could like get it all sorted out. Nice. And so like Joel Silver is solely responsible for this movie, like actually like becoming a real thing.
So there's a bit of a Captain America thing to this, huh? I just put that together because he was talking about it. Because Captain America, because he was frozen for 50 years or whatever, comes back and he's, you know, the world has changed, but he hasn't. And, you know, Carter's old and he goes back and sees her when she's older and he's like, I'm still alive.
I suppose there is. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that.
I think modern.
John Spartan fucks more.
Yeah, for sure. Especially Sandra Bullock. My God. When she was in that silk nightie, when she was putting that VR thing on. Forget about it.
Her eyebrows bother me.
What? What do you mean?
They're so 90s.
Oh.
They look like frowny faces.
Listen, man.
That was the style then.
I know.
All she needed was some Aquanet and some big ass hair.
Oh shit! Then Vader would have been all over.
All over it.
Hey, all right. God, I'm old.
You
I
are.
like big ass net, Aquanet hair.
Just another ass. I don't know. We're allowed to say ass. We can't say ass. Huh? How many
can't
demers? How many demers does this video have so
I
far?
don't know.
I've
some-
said the F word a couple of times
Just say
already.
derriere.
We should make a list
Mm-hmm.
of swear words and then substitute them with like really respectful words. Like instead of
It's
like
just a bunch of French
instead
words.
of like bitch, we're gonna be like, she's a ma'am.
She has a very. That lady
That
has.
ma'am.
God damn it! Can I want to say my line.
That God good ma'am. Sorry, go ahead. I'm done.
We can't
Hey,
play this
Vader.
game. I'm sorry, YouTube.
Vader.
I got it. I got the ball. That lady has a very large posterior. Posterior. That's a fancy word.
Yeah.
That's a fancy word for large ass.
You know what, Vader? Make love you.
Me and Kadish were having a production meeting, and he's like, "Well, we don't want to get the channel demonetized." And I'm like, "Bro,
That ship has sailed.
it's gone.
Go frack yourself.
Guess we're not here to make money.
Just doing this for free,
I
guys."
mean, we never were.
Unless you want to go to saltynerdclub.com and join our club membership. That's the only way we're going to make money doing this, because YouTube is
We're going to be working our regular jobs forever.
I'm never gonna get out of there.
We can't play by the rules.
fuck the rules.
Can you say?
Make love to those rules.
Make sweet love to those rules.
Can you use clinical terms?
Sure. What do you
Oh,
mean?
I
Can
don't
you
know.
say,
You're
like-
going to ruin the doctor's
Can-
visits for me.
can-
What
you
would
say,
John
like-
Spartan say in place of?
You have a very nice vagina.
I don't like that at
What?
all. I don't care.
Does
for
the word
that.
vagina bother you?
Wow.
Does it
Look
make
at-
you uncomfortable?
Look at the areolas on that one.
I really like her epidermis.
Look at the labia over there. Broken. Yes, I did it. Somehow works. It's so gross.
She has a nice labia.
It's very moist.
Remember how during the
We're children. We really are. We're just fucking old children.
remember how during arachnophobia my butthole was being clenched? Now my vagina is clenched fully
You mean
closed.
your labia?
You know your anus, your anus.
Instead of fuck, we should say hunka chunka, like they do in the movie.
Bodie, the wild mambo, the hunka chunka.
Oh my God, Alex is crying again.
I don't have any tissues.
Labia killed him.
Oh, God. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, Kadish, but we're not going to make any money this year.
Those were all legitimate words. Those were all in the medical dictionary. Those are words they use in the hospital.
You are going to be single-handedly responsible for ruining more words for everyone.
The stupid, sleazy assistant from this movie is sitting at YouTube headquarters going, I know, I
Add those to the list.
can't say that word.
Bob's
Bob.
doing real-time edits on
Yeah.
our channel.
For sure. You know, we have a dedicated person that watches our show that goes, no.
You're only going to get 200 views on this video. No more.
Yeah.
No more.
There's
Yes.
literally a YouTube Igor.
You guys cannot get that
They have a new
$1.27.
episode.
Shady Miles not going to send us whiskey. Like, these guys are too much.
You know what? That whiskey looks really pretty in that glass. Look how pretty that whiskey
Oh, it's got
looks.
a nice
Hey,
amber
wait,
color
Yeah.
to it.
didn't you order some glasses?
Oh, I meant to ask you about that. Where are your whiskey glasses that you ordered?
Where are they, Amazon?
Yeah.
you need to
I
check into
forgot
that.
about
That was
that.
like a month ago.
We got
Holy
some.
cow.
We got some fancy whiskey tasters.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to check on that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally forgot.
It's
Yeah.
like $40.
I did order those.
Weird.
They're on the slow boat from China.
Well, I know Amazon was having issues during the holidays because my shipments were taking longer than normal, but like longer than normal was like 4 days instead of
Yeah.
one. But yeah, I totally forgot about those
What
whiskey
movie
cups.
are we talking about?
Demolition Man.
Oh yeah. Look, it's a bunch of iPads.
Oh, that's
talking
another.
at a dinner
The
table.
iPad conference table thing.
Yeah.
God, this reminds me so much of the COVID era.
Yeah.
It's wild, dude.
It really
The
is.
Zoom calls and everything.
The only thing that's wrong about this is that there's someone there in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
I
crazy.
mean, like if you think about Fauci, I mean Cocteau.
Hey, all right,
yeah.
cool it with all politics.
Hey, we're already demonetized. Why not just get canceled altogether?
I don't want to be associated with all your rhetoric.
He even kind of looks like the F man.
He kind of does look
We're
like
gonna
the
call him
F-man.
the F man.
F-man?
F-man.
The
He
F-man.
kind of does.
He kind of does.
He just needs those stupid
Cocteau.
freaking glasses.
Cocteau is the F man.
Yeah.
And, he just needs to talk like this. Or how does he do it? He has that.
He's got that like weird
that
New
Bronx-y-
Jersey Bronx accent. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something weird.
At my age, had I not been vaccinated, the chances are I could have had a real severe outcome.
Yeah.
His freaking assistant is hilarious though.
Oh, you mean
Cracks
the
me
dude
up.
from Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in a bunch of movies now
Yeah.
that I think about it.
He's the same dude in every movie.
Yeah, he's just like quirky, weird guy. What's up,
Yeah.
dude?
I just remembered I wanted to talk about all of the eyewear
Mhm.
in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Is so cool.
Oh, you like
I'm
the glasses?
Oh man, I want a pair of those. Ooh, I want a pair of those.
I bet you could get them.
I bet I can pull it off too.
Does
Look at those.
He does. He really does.
I just noticed that.
The F man. I love it.
I'm sorry,
You
dude.
put-
I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
No, go ahead.
Eyewear.
Eyewear. What
Eyewear.
other eyewear did you like?
I enjoy the round frames.
Is that it?
And then there's somebody else had a pair of like
Some-
wacky frames, and I was like, oh shit, I like those too.
Okay, so you're into the 2032 future eyewear.
The future. It's the future of
You
eyewear.
should start your own Etsy store with just futuristic Demolition Man eyewear
I should.
and make just buco money.
You know,
Yeah.
those glasses
I need a
look like
3D
they-
printer. Babe, I need a 3D printer now.
You haven't even used that last tri-cut thing I got.
I
you.
know, I'm intimidated of it. You got me a better one than I wanted, and now I'm scared of it.
Those glasses look like they flip.
Like they have those sunglasses that flip down on them.
Yeah, like
yeah,
they
maybe,
spin.
possibly.
Or this
So
is the bifocal, and this is the regular.
Yeah.
And I like how like the warden from Shawshank Redemption is like the police captain, and,
Yeah.
and he looks like he needs those flip-on
Do you
sunglasses.
do you guys feel like that poor actor got typecast?
No,
No, because the only time I ever see him in movies is when he's like some kind of a stringent, stiff-necked administrator, and I feel like he needs to,
Go with your strengths.
he needs to.
well, by the end of this movie, he was kind of like with the rebels.
Yeah.
Oh, can we talk about the American muscle car that they steal
Mhm.
from the museum? I love the museum scene, by the way, too, when he walks through and he's like, "Where's all the guns?" And they're like, "Oh, they're only in museums." And they're like, "It's the future. Where's the laser guns?" And there's like, "Well, there's one left, but it
Yeah.
has to like charge its batteries." That whole scene is hilarious. But the muscle car, dude, when they come out of that thing and they're like, "We're gonna go save the day," and they're driving that freaking American car, that was like a Tim Allen freaking America. Yeah, that was a great moment. I love that.
Marco.
Oh, man.
Well, what was funny is all the other cars were like concept cars.
They were
from-
all Teslas.
they were, I think, built by BMW, but they only had like 2 or 3 of them, and so like the production had to spend like $2 million like remaking like those cars just for this movie.
Were they just golf carts that they put like
No,
fiberglass covers on?
Engage automatic drive.
Yeah.
Adrienne Barbeau was the computer voice.
Was
in this.
she?
Yeah.
Oh, bless her heart.
Same woman who did the computer voice in The Thing.
Yeah.
Talking about the cars real quick. The only thing that I liked about this feature was like the foam safety thing when
I
he
love
crashed.
that. Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Like he crashes the car and he's like, and then all of a sudden you see the interior of the car just gets filled up with bubbles and he's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, styrofoam.
Yeah, it was
Shaving cream.
great. Yeah, it was awesome.
The cars are pretty much spot on for what we
They're
kinda
pretty
have
close,
now.
dude. Pretty close. Yeah.
We're really close. You can go down here on the strip right now and get in a
Yeah.
car that's not being driven by anybody.
They remind me of the time cop.
Did you
cars.
guys?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know about this, but have you heard that there are underground tunnels that are
The Loop?
transporting people with just Teslas
Yeah.
under the strip?
Yeah, it's called the Boring Company. It's Elon
It's
Musk's
just
thing.
called the Loop.
It's called the Loop.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
I had no idea. I just like saw it on Instagram and I was like,
all
what?
all it is a tunnel that
Yeah.
they're driving cars through.
Yeah, I
Elon
know.
Musk
Yeah.
went on Joe Rogan and talked about building it like 3
I
years
thought
ago.
he was talking about LA. It's like fully active now.
Yeah,
You go down to the
that's what he
strip.
wanted you to think.
Yeah.
Welcome to Las Vegas.
That's
Alex.
Yeah.
wild, dude. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Las Vegas is Elon Musk's testing ground.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Well, soon it'll be part of San
It would be.
Angeles.
yeah. Pretty soon that thing is going to go from the airport clear up to Fremont Street, and they're going to have a section that goes over to the stadium as well. It's going to be like
Really?
yeah, it's going to be all over down there. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
That is pretty neat. I like that.
Where are the mole people gonna go?
I'm glad
They
you
keep
I'm-
cutting into their homes.
They're going to go to Sunset Park where they live already. Are you guys ready for final thoughts on this?
Is it time for final thoughts?
It's kind of time. I don't know.
Really already.
Yeah. You have anything else you want to add?
I could final thought it.
You can final thought it? You want a minute?
Go ahead.
Okay, Jude, go ahead.
Oh my God, I get to go first?
Go ahead, Jude.
I'm not prepared.
There's no rules in 2023.
What do I do with my hands?
Go ahead. What's up? Final thoughts on this movie,
Okay,
Jude.
so I routinely get this movie confused with something else that I can't tell you what it is. But like leading up to this week, I was like, I don't want to watch Demolition Man.
Oh no.
And then when we started, I was like, oh, no, this one's fine.
Okay. Did you think it was Judge Dredd?
I think maybe.
Because when we were watching Judge Dredd, we were like, oh my God, I thought this was Demolition Man.
I think I crossed them
Yeah.
because in my other timeline that I have slipped from,
Mhm.
they are opposite.
Well, while we were watching it, she kept shouting out, "No!"
Oh, yeah.
Wrong-
It's not
wrong
the
movie.
same.
I can't
Wrong
not.
movie.
I cannot not.
At least she didn't watch Rambo first. She'd just be going.
That's on my list. Rambo First Blood is on my list. I think it might be in February.
It's a Christmas movie.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh my God. What? That's awesome.
There's a Christmas tree in the background of one scene, so it's a
Oh
Christmas
God!
movie.
So we
Yeah.
gotta wait till December to watch
No, it's on my list.
First
So,
Blood.
I guess we haven't really told our listeners yet, but if you're a longtime listener and if you're still watching this video at this point, you're allowed to know. For 2023, we're strictly doing nostalgia bait movies. So we're going to
Yeah.
suck you guys in with the 80s and 90s and talk about movies that you grew up watching that
We're
you
gonna
love.
make love to you.
We're going to make love to those clicks.
And I gotta say, Demolition Man, like rewatching it, I love this movie.
Oh, I do too,
This is like a regular watch for me,
Yeah.
but like it's such it encapsulates 90s action movies to a T. I love it.
Yeah.
I think this is. I enjoy listening to you guys talk about it because you guys are so like, oh yeah, tough
Yeah.
men, and that's not what it is for me. I think it's fun, but that's about it. I love the seashells. I love the styrofoam. I think Sandra Bullock is great in it. Everything that she does works. And like when you said Lori Petty was supposed to be in this role, that absolutely would not have worked for I don't think anyone. I wondered a lot through the watching of this if Sandra Bullock got along with Stallone, because I've heard he's hard to work with.
So there's actually a funny story about that where at first there was some tension there, but they eventually got like a brother-sister relationship going. But he would during this time, Sylvester Stallone got really into golf, and he had an actual golf pro coach and a portable driving range brought to set.
Oh my God.
And so like he would spend time in between takes practicing his golf swing. And at night, when they were shooting at night, like he would go by Sandra Bullock's trailer and like bang on her door with his golf club.
With his dick.
Yeah, with his labia.
Whoa. From now on, when we say the D word, we're going to refer to it as the beard splitter.
What?
No, I'm never going to do that.
wrong with you?
That is the name.
What are you implying?
Are you a thesaurus
Are
right
you
now?
implying that you split your beard with your own? What is going on right now?
Is that what happened in the morning?
No, that's for people who don't manscape down there.
Oh
Beard
no!
splitter.
That's an old school swear word for that thing down there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you looking it up right now?
Waiting for 45 minutes.
He's looking
to
up
hit us
like
with that.
1,700 swear words.
Actually, it was.
He's on IMDb right now. I don't know where that came from. He's been waiting this whole recording session. He was like, I'm gonna hit him with the beard splitter. Oh my God. As soon as someone says dick, I'm gonna hit him with the beard splitter. I can't fucking wait.
Oh, there it is. God damn.
I can't make love and wait.
I think it's a perfect word. The beard splitter.
No,
I love it.
I don't like it.
gross.
I don't want it.
Like,
Make love your beard splitter.
It was given to me
Kadish, please continue your thought.
somebody, by one of our Discord people.
Oh my God, Discord. What are you doing?
God damn it. JT, is that you?
It's like it's old swear words that nobody ever uses anymore. Yeah. It's great. It's good stuff.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. We still have to rate this thing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Dude, rate it.
I knew it was you, JT. I knew it. 90s action movie, early Sandra Bullock. And I love, this is like an early collab with her and Benjamin Bratt, who they go on to Miss Congeniality later, which was a big breakout for her also. I think it's really fun. I love the seashells. This is a movie that kind of just lives on in nostalgia and still holds up.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'll give it 4 seashells
That's
out of 5.
solid. Right on. All right, cool. Kate, final thoughts on this movie? Give it a rating.
So what's interesting about this movie is that, you know, when it first came out, it was almost like a parody. There was some slight similarities to, the book Brave New World and stuff like that. But I remember watching this in the theater originally and thinking like, oh, wow, like that society is so crazy. It would never come to pass. And then like as time goes on, this movie in a weird way becomes more and more relevant because like I joked before, like it does almost feel like a documentary at this point in terms of like how society, is evolving into this nanny state. And, people don't know how to like deal with individualism and all this other stuff. So watching it nowadays, like having gone through like the COVID lockdowns and all this other stuff, a lot of it feels very relevant. And it's kind of weird that this movie has taken on a life of its own outside of just like being a generic 90s action film. But this is actually like one of my favorite Stallone movies. Like I watch this thing yearly, at least. I own it on Amazon. It's a fantastic, fun movie, which is kind of weird because like the director of this movie never went on to do anything. Like this was like his first film, and then he just went on to do like commercials and music videos and stuff like that.
I mean, when you get it right once, you're like, peace out.
That's good. Yeah, leave it on a high note.
Yeah.
Leave it on a high note.
It's like having one good kid and you're like, I'm not going to get tricked.
Yeah. So he retired.
I feel like that was directed at me.
I was looking at you when I said it.
So I absolutely love this movie. It's really worth watching. I would love to see like the original cut where like, they had like all like the different subplots still in there and like the big action scenes. But unfortunately, I don't think that exists anywhere. But it'd be cool if they went back and like re-release something like that. I'd definitely like to see it. But yeah, I give this 4 beard splitters out of 5.
Okay, fantastic. You know what I did want to see? Like it made me curious about like, we know about like the San Angeles area, but like what's happening in the rest of the world?
It's Judge Dredd.
Yeah, that's what
it's Mega City 1 is on the other side of the state.
They could do a whole series of,
especially now.
movies,
You know how relevant it would be if they just like made like a mini series about this world on
I
like
want to see the
Amazon or
Great
something.
War of 2010. The big one of 2010.
The big world.
this is probably like Snake Plissken world or something.
Yeah,
maybe.
I feel like he could probably occupy
Ooh,
this.
this is
world.
on the other side.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, no, because we have Escape from LA, which shows us what's on the other side.
Well, this is San Angeles, right?
This is San Angeles.
This is just Earth 21B
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. It don't matter. It would be a fun world to explore.
What
for sure.
What's your final thoughts on this, man? And give it a rating.
And also, what's going on with your headphones?
He's got a visor. He's going Geordie.
I don't know, man. I guess I'm just a mess today. I forgot how to do this. We've been gone too long.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm picking on you.
You're drinking Cosmopolitan.
I'm drinking Cosmos through straws and stuff.
Meanwhile, I'm over here Ron Swansoning my ass.
I know,
my
right?
posterior.
He's over there splitting his beard.
Don't say that. Stop saying that,
Like,
please.
you're making it worse. It was already terrible.
It's so
and
bad.
now it's wretched.
We're back to Katie stealing my words.
Right?
Back to 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, Portugal.
See, he just did it again.
God. Now he's actively attacking you.
I know.
You guys are gonna fight over comedy? Go ahead.
No. I love this movie. This is a fun movie. I can't say that I've watched it a lot in the last decade or so, but I'm glad that it came to my mind when we needed to pick movies for this year, because when you said what our theme was, this one just immediately popped into my brain for some reason, and I don't really know why. But I'm glad we saw it. It's fun. It's kind of prophetic in a weird way. It's kind of creeping me out, like in a weird way, like you know how when Back to the Future the time came from we're only 9 years away from 2032. And it's kind of weird. I hate it when our movies that are set in the far future
Catching up
are
with us.
catching up to us. It trips me out.
Or I guess we're catching up to them.
Yeah, it's really strange. But love this movie. This movie, I give this thing a solid 4 stars. Solid 4
I'm surprised
stars.
it's not 5 for you.
Nah.
What's preventing it from being 5?
I don't know.
He's so
It's just-
stingy.
I'm a little stingy.
He is stingy on his 5 stars. That's right.
I'm not as stingy as I used to be, but it's just I don't know. I don't know what's missing, but something's just not. It's not a movie I want to watch once or twice a year. You know what I mean? A 5-star movie makes I can watch it anytime. This movie, I don't. If I don't know if I'd stop on it if I was flipping the channels and I saw it on TV, but I never really see it on TV. Yeah, I'm gonna go 4 stars.
Okay,
and just leave it at that. So,
for what this movie is and for what it does, I think it's perfect. It's a 5-star movie for me.
Okay,
it's a classic 90s action movie with a little bit of comedy in it, and the fact that it's been scarily accurate to what our world is right now, I think bumps it up to the 5-star. Like maybe like 20 years ago, I'd be like, it's a 4-star movie. You know, it's kind of ridiculous. Nobody would ever live in a world like that. No, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, it's happening already. I think it's fine. I think it's moving up. It's moving up in the world for me. I haven't, like you said, I haven't watched it like often, but when I do watch it, I'm never dissatisfied.
Yeah.
I always have a great time. And I know Jude poo-poos it, but that Dennis Leary rant.
Wait, what did you give it?
I will poo-poo that.
Yeah,
I give it 4.
4. So
yeah, that's a
But
solid story.
I poo-poo.
Poo-poo.
Dennis Leary.
She poo-pooed it.
Yeah,
Poo-pooed it.
which is the way you poo-poo when you are French.
Yes.
It's
I just had my coffee. I need to go poo-poo.
You know, it's funny. I said to Alex today, I'm pooped today.
Oh my God.
And he goes, you did? And I was like, no, I am pooped today. He was like, I was going to say, I mean, that's more information than I needed, but
I was
good
like,
for you.
I'm sitting there and Jude's like, I pooped today. And I'm like, congratulations, I guess. That's good. I mean, you're supposed to poop at least once a
it's
day.
detoxifying, I
And
guess.
she's like,
I
no,
was
no.
No, I'm just saying I'm tired.
But I'm glad you're comfortable enough with us in your relationship.
I was like, do you want to see it?
It's like, man, look at this thing.
I took a picture.
It's a floater.
No, I left it.
Oh God.
I was just saying I'm tired. I'm tired.
Look, guys.
I was like, you know what? From now on, I'm going to say I'm tuckered. I'm tuckered. I'm fucking tuckered.
It's an
I'm
ice
make love and tuckered.
It's an ice turd. Just a little bit floating and all the rest is under the water.
Jesus.
Before we go, I have one more thing I wanted to
Go ahead.
talk about. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 stars for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's about my poop.
I don't want to hear this.
No,
I am not at that stage in
I'm
our
joking.
relationship
I'm
yet.
joking. I have never pooped once in my life.
I can't even fart in
I
front
don't
of
even
you
know
yet.
what poop is. I've never used all 3 seashells. No, I just wanted to talk about Simon Phoenix's outfit.
Okay. The
Oh, it's
overalls.
awesome.
I love the overalls, the jean overalls. I've been trying and failing to recreate the jean overall look that he's pulling off in this.
Huh.
Like I think since the 90s, because it's iconic and it's like a look that I think you have to have the right body for, and I just don't have it.
You have to be Wesley
Did you
Snipes.
know that this look of Simon Phoenix is what inspired Dennis Rodman to go for like his unique style?
Seriously?
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh.
But also his orange net shirt is
Yeah.
very Corbin Dallas, which is another look that I've always wanted to pull off.
Fifth Element is another movie that we need to put on our list
yeah,
for
for
this
sure.
year. For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I dig the look. Yeah. The overalls with the tucked in boots. I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, you can totally pull this off, bitch.
Okay.
Well, Wesley
I like-
Snipes is a trend center.
This is iconic.
Wasn't
This movie
Dennis
is
Rodman
iconic.
first?
What's that?
Wasn't Dennis Rodman rocking this look
I
before
feel like
he was?
maybe, but I guess not. I don't know. I don't follow basketball. So
I don't know.
Yeah.
anyway, all right, that's it for the podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. If you're still watching at this point, congratulations. Welcome to 2023. And we
also,
are.
thank you.
Yes, also thank you, because we're definitely not going to be getting any ad revenue from YouTube. Please make sure to join us on our live streams, which happen every Saturday morning. Those guys are rocking it over there. I have to work, unfortunately, but someday I'll be able to join you. But Saturday mornings here on this channel, we do live streams every week. Send us a super chat, send us our thanks, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. And don't forget to join our club membership area. Seriously, we do have a lot of fun over there with those guys, and we're doing Star Trek, the original series, full-length commentaries for our club members this year. So join up, and you guys can join us for those and have a lot of fun. And we'll probably do some live streams just for the club members as well.
And things are going to start looking different.
Oh, yeah. We got some big news. So we announced earlier in a video a couple weeks ago that we have our own studio that is being built right now. We're currently in the process of doing that. And at some point in time...
One of us has been there every day. Like...
well, you too, huh?
Revolving.
Well, yeah, we're in there.
Like, there's 4 of us. One of us has been there every day, like, making it happen.
Yeah, but if you're watching this video on YouTube or on Spotify, you'll notice our backgrounds are going to change one of these days. We're going to make the switch, so stay tuned for that as well. And
we're in the last days
of this studio
of the Mangold basement.
The Mangold basement. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't give him credit for the basement.
Anyway, V, where can people find the official YouTube or not official Twitter account for the podcast?
They can find that at salty_nerd on the Twitters. And
right on.
They can find me at Matt Vader74.
Cool. So. Jude, you have something going on the official Facebook page?
Do I?
Do you? Do you not? Are we using Facebook?
We're supposed to be.
Yes.
I remember assigning it to Jude, and she's just like, fuck it.
Just nod your head.
Yes. Join us on our Facebook group at saltynerdgroup.com. Sometimes I post there.
It's there.
And Kadish is far too busy to deal with any kind of social media stuff, so I'll just end it at that. Thank you, Kadish. And go to kadishbooks.com on Amazon to grab his books and help support him as a professional and independent artist.
Also, go to Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star rating. We need those suckers.
Yeah,
for sure.
We're
also,
closing in.
Google me on Audible because I need book sales.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. Thanks for watching Demolition Man with us. Stay tuned. Next week, we'll be talking about Legend, right?
Yeah.
Legend.
I'm so excited.
All right, folks.
You better not poo-poo it.
Poo-poo. Stay salty.
Beard split it.
I mean, Bodie, the wild mambo, the hunka chunka.